The Occupy movement supporters, they are being attacked by people who seem to have to be very organized and seem to have a dubious background. That we find that the police seems to be just standing there, providing no assistance to the peaceful protesters, allowing violence be inflicted upon the peaceful protesters by this group of people.
Some people we've been speaking to are saying actually the anti-Occupy protesters were actually trying to move barricades. They weren't trying to instigate any level of violence there.
But I think that they tried to remove the barricades, but as the Occupy movement, these barricades, they were set up to protect the occupied area. But I think throughout the process that there may be some disagreement, but our supporters remain to be calm and remain to be non-violent, but we find that the violence has been inflicted upon them.
Just make it clear for us, because you threatened in the last hour that you would not go through with talks with the government if they did not protect people during these scuffles. What's the case now?
Well, we are still making that same stance, and but now we see that in the Causeway Bay occupied area and also in the Mongkok occupied area, that we have more supporters coming out, protecting those who have been surrounded, and also they are now kind of continue to remain calm and remain to maintain our non-violent spirit.
But are you going to speak to the government?
Well, at this point, I think it's very, very difficult to maintain any sensible dialogue if the government does not stop this thing to happen to peaceful protesters after the government has indicated that there will be a possible dialogue channel, but things allowed to be happen to peaceful protesters. That was, I would say, reasonable suspicion that what's the role of the government behind all these actions?